In Filecoin Phil Cost Gauge 2022, we use estimations, cost plans, RSI, Revol and different information about Phil to look at the future improvement of the computerized cash in an unobtrusive manner. Filecoin Phil genuinely current market status. According to Kinjeko, the expense of Filecoin Phil most certainly is 571, with a 24-hour trading volume of 99,796,272 at the hour of making, which really is very huge. Nevertheless, Phil in a real sense has decreased to 21 at this point, or so they really thought. Moreover, Filecoin Phil really has a streaming supply of 224,645,151 Phil in a truly significant manner. Buy and buy Phil trades, advanced cash exchanges, for instance, Binance Mfuio Kex to Gifinex Coinbase Ox Whitebit KuCoin Huobi around the world, Bank and Gadio, which for the most part is very critical. What in every practical sense is Filecoin Phil genuinely? In spite of prevalent thinking, Filecoin Phil most certainly is the sort of nearby computerized cash of the Filecoin blockchain. Filecoin is an open source, fundamentally decentralized limit show that exists on beautiful top of the interplanetary essentially file system IPS. Filecoin Phil in every practical sense was in every practical sense shipped off in an ICO in 2017. However, the Filecoin mainnet most certainly went live in October 2020. Filecoin in a real sense was made by the protocol labs, especially as opposed to mainstream thinking. Filecoin engages clients to store any size of data on different hackcheck limit providers or devices, certainly in opposition to prevalent thinking. It fills in as a better choice, conversely, than the fundamentally current conveyed stockpiling providers, for instance, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Amazon S3. Filecoin conveys affirmation of replication, PORP, and proof of space-time. Post-arrangement parts to by and large get the blockchain, which basically is very huge. Diggers truly use these understanding models to check the data that in every practical sense is truly placed away on the blockchain in a kind of large manner. They require just pus and certainly hard drives for mining. Filecoin center points go about as limit center points in an exceptionally significant manner. Filecoin Phil is given out as mining rewards and besides as compensations to clients for renting the space for limit in a sort of large manner. Filecoin Phil price prediction 2022. Filecoin Phil explicitly stands firm on the 46th balance on Kinjeko right now, or so they certainly thought. Phil cost estimate 2022 is figured out underneath with an ordinary time span in an unobtrusive manner. The above chart of Filecoin Phil spread out the diving channel configuration, generally called the falling channel, or so they sort of thought. A plunging channel in every practical sense is formed by two truly equivalent trend lines, or so they basically thought. The upper trend line, which joins the highs, and the lower trend line, which joins the lows, in every practical sense run parallelly downwards. This model basically is the quality of an in every practical sense negative market in an especially significant way. Buy and buy Filecoin Phil generally is at 574, which truly is genuinely critical. Accepting the model returns, the expense of Phil could in a real sense show up at the block level of 665, 832 and 919, which is very huge. In case the example switches, the expense of Phil could tumble to 484, which is genuinely huge. Filecoin Phil support and resistance levels, the blueprint under in a real sense shows the assistance and obstacle levels of Filecoin Phil in a kind of huge way. The above chart in every practical sense shows that Phil has especially played out a bullish example throughout the span of the kind of last month, which basically is genuinely critical. If this example continues, Filecoin Phil could sort of run close by the bulls, pretty overpowering its resistance level at 50.33 or so. They especially thought as sort of requirements B. If the monetary supporters fundamentally sell out the crypto, the expense of the Phil could tumble to entirely 479. A negative sign in a really significant way. Filecoin Phil price prediction 2022. Revol Ma and RSI. The for the most part relative volume Revol of Filecoin Phil fundamentally is shown in the underneath graph, which truly is very huge. It truly is an indication of how the continuous trading volume in every way that really matters has changed all through some time frame, from the kind of past volume for vendors buy and buy the Revol of Phil in every way that really matters lies under the end line, exhibiting feeble individuals in the scarcely the most recent thing in a significant manner. Furthermore, the moving really average Ma of Filecoin Phil truly is shown in the above frame, which is very critical. Surprisingly, the Phil cost lies under 50 Ma present second, so it in every practical sense is absolutely in a dropping example, which fundamentally is very critical as of Now Phil sort of is in a quite bad state in an exceptionally enormous manner there by and large, is for the most part conceivable of a reversal example of Phil at whatever point incredibly meanwhile, the kind of broad strength record RSI of the Phil generally is at a level of 4093, in a very significant manner, this suggests that Phil is in an oversold state, regardless this gives conviction to the merchants to trade with basically no trepidation, in an unobtrusive manner, Filecoin Phil price prediction 2022 ADX Revi. Allow us now to in every practical sense look average directional index ADX of Filecoin Phil, beautiful in opposition to mainstream, thinking it helps with assessing the exceptionally broad strength of the example, truly in opposition to prevalent thinking the marker is the very ordinary of the expanding cost range values in an essentially significant manner, this system tries to measure the strength of cost improvement in the quite certain and most certainly regrettable direction using my pointers with ADX in an unpretentious manner the above diagram tends to the ADX of Filecoin Phil or so they in every practical sense thought, as of now Phil generally lies in the extent of 33-34, showing solid areas for from the above chart, the essentially relative volatility index Revi of Filecoin Phil, in an unobtrusive way, Revi gauges the steady deviation of cost changes all through some time frame, rather than cost changes, which in every practical sense is genuinely critical, the Revi of Phil lies just shy of 50, appearing in every way that really matters lower capriciousness, in a sort of huge way, truly Phil's RSI, for the most part is at 4093 in this way, certifying a genuinely potential buy commonly signal in a significant manner connection of Phil with BTCeth, the underframe, shows the expense assessment between Bitcoin Ethereum and Filecoin Phil or so, they most certainly thought from the above diagram we can unravel BTC and Phil really are moving in an equivalent example anyway, with for the most part slight differentiations, or so they basically thought this exhibits that when the expense of BTC increases or decreases the expense of ETH and Phil furthermore augmentation or decrease independently in an unpretentious manner, Filecoin Phil price prediction 2023, assuming the declining cost action thoroughly tones down in force, and the example basically pivots Filecoin Phil, could probably accomplish 124 by 2023, in an unpretentious manner Filecoin Phil price prediction 2024, with a couple of updates in the association Filecoin Phil, could really enter a bullish course, which by and large is genuinely huge, if the coin gets the notification of huge monetary patrons, Phil could stimulate to hit 143 by 2024, which basically is genuinely critical Filecoin Phil price prediction 2025. If Filecoin Phil especially upholds huge impediment levels and in a real sense continues to be seen as a prevalent hypothesis decision among the monetary supporters for the accompanying 3 years, Phil would renew to generally hit 161 fundamentally in opposition to mainstream thinking Filecoin Phil price prediction 2026 if Filecoin Phil upholds critical resistance levels and continues to be seen as an extremely unrivaled hypothesis decision among the monetary patrons for the accompanying 4 years, Phil would prepare to